The Ridge Object's 7 Lakes. In June 2025, during broad daylight, a hiker in Harriman State Park, near the 7 Lakes region of New York, witnessed something that stopped them in their tracks. While moving along a familiar trail under a clear sky, they noticed a strange, disc-shaped object positioned on a distant ridge. The object looked metallic, symmetrical, and completely silent. What made it so unusual was not just its shape, but its unnatural stillness in the open daylight.
Floating there. What?
The hiker pulled out their phone and captured several photos and short video clips. The object didn't budge. It hovered with an eerie calm, no noise, no shadow movement, no signs of life or propulsion. From that distance, it appeared solid and perfectly formed, with a distinct dome-like structure on top. Its surface shimmered lightly under the afternoon sun.
Ooh, could be a roof. Quite perplexed.
According to the hiker's estimate, the object was roughly 1 kilometer away and suspended at about 200 meters in elevation. It had no visible wings, blades, or lights. There was no exhaust trail, and nothing supporting it from underneath. Then, in a moment the witness described as instant, the object suddenly shifted position and vanished, shooting off into the distance without a sound.
What is that? What is it?
Later, the hiker used zoomed-in filters and edge detection to study the shape more clearly. Still, nothing in the image gave away its origin or function. Online theories ranged from surveillance craft to experimental technology, but none could fully explain what was seen in such bright, clear daylight. The sighting was shared widely on Reddit's UFO community, where it sparked debate and curiosity, especially given the lighting conditions and clarity of the object's form. Orange Orb, Brighton, England. On the night of June 19, 2025, at around 10:20 p.m., the skies over Brighton, England became the backdrop for a strange and silent encounter. A glowing orange orb, large, luminous, and distinctly spherical, was seen hovering low in the sky by several residents. One witness managed to record a video and later posted it online, describing what he saw as far too large and bright to be anything normal. The orb appeared to float with steady movement, without sound, and well below the altitude of typical aircraft. What made the event even more curious was the presence of a second, smaller reddish-orange orb that trailed behind the first. Both objects moved slowly in the same direction, maintaining a consistent distance between them before fading out one by one. Roughly 10 minutes later, the larger orb briefly returned, glowing faintly before vanishing once more. Local viewers suggested it could have been drones, helicopters, or even lanterns, but none of these possibilities seemed to fit. The lights were described as unusually sharp and uniform, without any flicker, engine hum, or navigation lights. It simply hovered, moved, and disappeared in silence. No nearby events or public activities were found that might explain the lights in the sky. As of now, no official statement has been made by local authorities or the UK's Civil Aviation Authority. The incident has since joined a growing number of global sightings involving glowing orbs seen in different skies at different times, yet sharing eerily similar behaviors. Changing shape. Greenland sighting. On April 26, 2024, something strange was seen in the sky over southern Greenland. A man flying on a commercial airplane recorded a glowing object from his window seat. The video, later shared online by his son, shows the object floating high above the clouds. It wasn't just standing still, it was changing shape right before his eyes. At one point, the object looked like a glowing orb. Then it slowly turned into a shape that resembled a bell. It didn't have wings or any engines. There was no sound, no flashing lights, and no trail behind it. It didn't look like any plane or balloon. It just hovered silently in the middle of nowhere, far from airports or towns. The man kept filming as the object changed shapes again and again. People online quickly started talking about the video. Some said it might be made of energy, like a ball of plasma. Others said it could be something secret, maybe even an unknown type of aircraft. Some even pointed out that this happened near a research center in Greenland, which made the sighting even more mysterious. So far, no one has explained what it was. No airline or government has made a statement. The man who filmed it said it didn't look natural, but he didn't know what it was either. Orb formation, Atlanta, Georgia. Just before I move to the next point, if you love mysterious and creepy sightings and real unexplained mysteries, check out Mysterious Encounters. It's packed with chilling videos you won't forget. Subscribe right away. In June 2025, a strange and mesmerizing event occurred over the city of Atlanta, Georgia. A viral video began circulating online, showing what appeared to be multiple glowing orbs hovering silently in the night sky. Captured by a local resident, The footage revealed several bright, sphere-like objects drifting in a loose but deliberate formation. There were no blinking lights, no wings, and no clear signs of any propulsion system. Nothing that matched known aircraft or drone behavior. Witnesses were quick to point out how unnaturally still the lights appeared. Despite hovering above a bustling urban landscape, the objects gave off no sound, no trail, and showed no signs of traditional flight movement. They held their positions relative to one another with eerie precision, almost like they were communicating or operating as a group. People who saw the video were left stunned, not just by what they were seeing, but by how calmly and silently it unfolded. The sighting has ignited debate across social media, with theories ranging from secret technology to something truly unexplained. No aircraft were reported in the area at the time, and no official agencies have stepped forward to offer an explanation. For many, this wasn't just another sighting. It felt different, more organized, more deliberate. And as the city of Atlanta sleeps beneath its buzzing skyline, some are left wondering what exactly moved above them that night, completely unnoticed until the camera rolled. NASA deep space sighting. In June 2025, a mysterious report began circulating online, claiming that NASA had recorded two unidentified flying objects in deep space, an event that quickly caught the attention of those following unexplained aerial phenomena. According to the claims, the two objects were observed moving at incredibly high speeds across NASA's monitoring systems. What truly startled those reviewing the data was not just their velocity, but their movement, coordinated, sudden, and without any signs of propulsion or trailing heat signatures that would typically accompany man-made objects or known natural bodies.
Lots clear. 7, go ahead. I'll talk to you at 10 o'clock high. This is Houston. Say again, 7. I'll talk to you at 10 o'clock high.
We have an unidentified flying object.
All the drive that appears to be tumbling. It just seems to be tagging along with us.
The objects appeared without warning and seemed to maneuver in perfect synchronization, before vanishing just as abruptly as they arrived. They reportedly did not follow any known orbital path and exhibited behavior that current aerospace models simply couldn't explain. While the footage itself hasn't been made public, the information allegedly came from internal tracking data that wasn't meant for civilian release. No official comment has been made by NASA, and the event has not appeared in any of their public logs or press releases. This silence has only added fuel to the speculation. The location of the sighting, said to be beyond Earth's orbit, places the objects in deep space, far beyond the reach of weather balloons, satellites, or low Earth orbital debris. With more and more of these anomalies being reported, many are left wondering, are we simply misunderstanding what we're seeing in space? Or are these encounters becoming too frequent to ignore? Lutraki Greece UFO. In early May 2025, at approximately 4:00 p.m., a resident near Lutraki, just outside the historic city of Corinth, Greece, captured a strange and silent aerial object suspended in the sky. The sighting occurred in broad daylight under clear weather conditions. The observer described the object as completely motionless at first, hanging silently in the air with no noise whatsoever. There were no visible wings, no rotors, no blinking lights, nothing to suggest how it was staying in the sky. From where the witness stood, the object appeared to be about 1 kilometer away and roughly 200 meters above ground level. The craft looked symmetrical and solid, almost like two perfectly joined halves, either spherical or cylindrical in shape. It didn't reflect sunlight in a typical way, nor did it show any sign of familiar aircraft features. It was just there, still, silent, and seemingly watching. Using just an iPhone, the witness managed to snap a clear photo before something unexpected happened. Without warning, the object suddenly changed direction and accelerated at an incredibly high speed. Even then, no sound accompanied its departure. It vanished almost instantly, too quickly for a video to be taken. Later, the witness applied zoom and edge detection filters to the image to better understand the object's shape. But no explanation emerged. The photo remains one of the clearest yet most confusing visual accounts to come out of the region. Its silence, stillness, and rapid exit only add to the mystery. If you haven't checked out our other videos, then make sure to do so. Also subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more amazing mysterious videos in the future.